Scully. Copilot Kitty is being aggressive. Okay, good. That's now back. Make it stop. Ah, jeez. Okay. These things are loud. Yep. So I've been digging out under. I'm sorry. So yeah, I've been digging out under the base. I now have a basement. Probably gonna start expanding outward. I like these new insets that they have multiple connection points. That actually helps me a lot for a lot of ideas. So that'll come in handy. Up top here. It's nighttime. Oh, here comes the sun. I got a couple of defensive turrets set up just in case. You pay the neighbors a visit. Again? Scully, calm down. Come here. Ow, 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 ow. Stop biting me. There, see? You have to go. You get the pets, you get the attentions, and you can do it without having to bite me every 5 seconds. And you have a sharp claw I need to trim. She has a very sharp claw that I need to trim. Yeah, I need to continue out this. And eventually make some kind of a walkway up to it. Let's see here. So that wall only comes to about here. What am I even thinking of doing here? Alright, I'm just gonna Something is in my throat and I can't get it out. So I'm going to add one more piston here. I had a rather interesting discovery last night. I was going through the list of entities in the world, and I've seen Factorum ships be heavily damaged, like they're getting into fights with something out there. I have yet to get out there into space. But in the act of these encounters that are going on up there, did I pass it? Debris is being created. And it's filling up a lot of the PCU limit because it's just out there floating in space. And from one of these encounters, there was like the maximum amount of of floating entities were just out there. And the only reason why I'm mentioning this is because it is something that can potentially cause some rather significant performance issues for some people. Not to mention there are people that will just sit there and just grind and grind and grind, let the stuff fall on the ground. Well, now your stuff's despawning. Now, I don't know if this was intended to be this way or not. I certainly hope not. Because that's a big performance hog if it is. Can I reach that? Okay. She has the dew claw on her right paw is just like scraping over my wrist. I need to deal with this real quick. Okay. Sorry. 3, 4, 5. That's got everything. That's got everything. Oh, I missed. I hate being on top of these pistons. These pistons are a lot easier to get stuck on than anything else. See, I should be able to move, but I'm stuck in the piston head gap. You, I need to set up correctly. -0.01. Yeah. No, any luck. This, Ooh! Will be the last one of these pistons plunges that I need to do. Okay. Alright. And now we vacate the premises before turning that thing back on so that we retain our hearing. Okay. Alright. Right, I did make some alterations to this guy. Cool. Gave it some armor around the cockpit. For whatever reason, I've never seemed to get enough air. Gopher air vent. Gopher drill. do. Yeah, rearranged a bunch of stuff. What the hell? Okay. I did armor the underside of this thing finally to protect everything down there, all the batteries and everything, which surprisingly, everything has held up pretty well. A testament to the suspension layout. Okay. So now I just gotta deal with the wheels. Alright. L2, L3, L2, yeah. Hi, Scully. L4. Apparently I didn't copy it with a space. And there she is again. R1. Scully, sit down, please. Right there. You get all the love and attention right there, too. R3. R4. Cool. You are not part of the accessory group yet. What the hell? Okay, there's something in the air. Right. So I repositioned some of the lights down here. Gave it the skirts. Excuse me. I wish we had an angle plate. You know, like that shape there. The full going to the half, but as an angle. It's not made it this far yet. Yeah, I'm falling in the bits. Oh, I knew I forgot something here. Oh my god, really? There we go. Onward! Yeah, I don't need that bouncing around, bashing everything up. Would not be appreciated. I like the fact that I can make these things so much more compact now. And yes, I could instead use a rotor or a hinge to make a step down adapter for my vehicles to dock onto. But this doesn't wiggle. This doesn't move. This stays where I put it. Using a hinge or a rotor, they're constantly jittering about. This don't. So these things don't friggin' move. They're not constantly jittering, they're not building up clang. The wheels aren't coming loose and like freaking out when I go to a far off place. Right. Okay. Now to get a little bit more serious about some stuff. Oh, we've reached new levels. Should be about here now. So I've got this little guy that can't do diddly squat. I also need a name for this thing. The other iteration, I called it Finch, but that looked more like a bug. I was thinking I should probably have called it a locust. It's a pudgy little bird. Right. So I need something. I need something that can go out and deal with that thing. I have a couple of ideas in my head. God, that's loud. Not sure. Not sure what I can do. I do know I need to find a trade station, see if I can purchase whatchamacallits, rockets. If I purchase rockets, I can then break those down to get the material out of it, like the uranium, which would then allow me to make additional weapons options. So loud. So I think that's going to be my first task. Because technically I have. Now this is the dumb thing. The one place that showed up in the data pad that when I spawned was that one, 75 kilometers away. It's a quarter of the way around the damned planet. There's others that are closer. I just don't know where they are. Okay. So I think that might be option 1. Okay, so now then, another thing I need a searchlight. More than likely, I'm going to need to be doing some minor searching. Which end has the foot? That end has the foot. Where's LC light cargo? Search enable item movement off. Did I ever name this thing? No, I did not. You know what? I don't want to weld this by hand. Okay. Of course, not all the parts are there. I've got 2 hours of flight time on this thing. Until its batteries run out. Hey. Computers. That's not what I wanted to do. You need to go far away. Okay, so now all those bits are being made up. This cargo is empty, right? Other than the guns. Yep. Oh, hooray! I now have a working headlight. Alright, you are max range. Ships, characters, neutrals. Okay. But I need to make you a visible color. Alright, let's go exploring. Yeah, so here's that local... What's funny is that I flew past here the other day and something shot me. But it was like stuff that fell from above. It was weird. Because nothing underneath was damaged. It was all stuff on top. NPC ship? No, because I'm on console. There's no NPC ships. Even with this update, nothing has spawned. Whoa, why the lag spikes? Why so many lag spikes? Okay, so I'm looking... I'm looking for trade stations. Okay, there's the ice. Didn't know console didn't have NPCs. We do and we don't. The system primarily works for space encounters. Only with the contact update has anything been added in atmosphere. Okay, I'll need to make a rover to come collect some of this. Ooh. Oh, that's the processing facility. Yeah, I already know about that one. Unidentified signature. Yeah. I know exactly what you are. Factorum. Hi, Scully. How are you? Why am I getting so many little lag spikes? Oh, the tracer mod doesn't work in the daytime. Oh, identify units on horizon, contact security forces. Hee. Loading new terrain, maybe. It didn't used to do that. What's up? I'm wondering if there's a way to get into those facilities without having to break in. Because it's like, as soon as you start grinding down on anything, you're immediately an enemy. Oh, hello, this area looks familiar. Did I just have something pop up over here? This looks very familiar. You can on PC, not sure if you can on consoles. Can what? I think I missed part of this conversation. Okay, there's another lake over there. Drop things on them to break the walls. Oh, yeah. But with the contact update, there is a difference in association to things. Like before, you could grind things down with a grind ship, and it wouldn't necessarily. Oh, wait, it's not a terrorism block. Hi. Because of the changes on ownership of things, that doesn't work that way anymore. From what Merrick was saying, they had changed some of that system. Rock. Nothing is owned by nobody anymore. Everything has to be associated to some faction or another. Okay, I know the worlds are not procedurally generated, that it's one model. I think I'm not far off from... Although, look later if I can still do it. Yeah, you might not be able to still do that. I think I'm not too far away from my other base location from the previous world save. Used to use rocks way back, but then changed the drills. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I know some people will just, like, drop refineries on things because it's one steel plate and it's the heaviest object that you can make. That seems kind of cheaty to me. Another thing that I've also noticed too, probably because of how the new spawning system works for planetary... Oh. Oh, wait, what? Apparently I've turned back around. Planetary encounters and spawning. On console, if you were outside of, I think it was like 3 kilometers from an area that got altered, the voxels would automatically reset. And that's not happening anymore. Was that in single player or on server? In single player. I've also noticed that these encounter things are having about a 7 kilometer spacing, roughly, at the closest to one another. Where are these things? I know there's not a huge number of them, but I know there should be one closer than 75 kilometers away. How does the saves handle on the console with large builds? I have a couple of test build worlds that have been getting a little slower, but I'm on PS5, which is a... Ooh, there we go. What's that? Oh, I think that's just Shadow. The PS5 has pretty decent specs. With the update, they upped the PCU limit default to the max 500,000. Yeah, it's just Shadow. Come on, zoom out. Okay, bye. So I think what I might end up doing here, if I can't find one of these closer trade stations, which is going to be unfortunate. I'll have to make a trek out to that farther one. I'll have to come up with some kind of a recharge method for this thing. Or whatever I take over. Sorry, I was thinking more about the save file size. Isn't the max... I honestly don't know if there is a max size. I know some other console games had that limitation, but I don't know if that's also a thing on this. God, I know on PC I have some saves over a gig. Oof. Yeah, I mean the load screen shows sizes for some of the files, but I don't trust the numbers because they seem really, really small. As with the load of mods, yeah. Well, I think the console version handles the mods separately from the saves. I don't think the saves are... I think the mods are being loaded into a separate folder on the system, separate from the saves, so I don't know if on the Steam version they are including the mods in the save. This is becoming some map of the earth stuff now. I might just have to go to that far off place. Yeah, and to also kind of clarify things too, the Game Pass version that's also on Windows has the same limitations as console. All the changes they make are, yeah. So saying PC is kind of misleading because there is a PC version of the game that has the same restrictions as console. So you've got effectively 5 versions of the game. You've got Steam for Windows, Steam for Linux, Game Pass for Windows, Xbox, and PlayStation. Game Pass, Xbox, and PlayStation all have the same limitations, whereas the 2 Steam variants don't have those limitations. Yeah, for the most part, when it comes to anything Xbox, if it's on Xbox, it's also on Microsoft's Game Pass, because it's effectively the same system. Alright. I'm also not finding any more outposts generating, which is unfortunate. Oh, I circled around the other side of the pirate stronghold. I don't want to go buy that. That thing has some big guns. And I am not ready for a fight. Not even remotely. Wait, did I just see something there? Okay, here's another ice. Ooh, that's a... It's a fairly large ice lake. That is 15k from my base. Okay. Ice lakes are an easy place for ore. Yeah, I do have a mod that increases the range of my ore detectors so they're actually usable. And like where I've set up my base, I'm actually surrounded by a lot of different deposits. Ooh, look, another one. How easy would this be to drive into? I gotta see if the deformation thing is not auto-resetting as well. Because if not, that's gonna be problematic for me. Oh god, this would be a nightmare to try and drive into. This would be... need a flying vehicle to get into. I'm gonna need to go deal with my laundry in a couple minutes here. Alright, I gotta head back. Come around the mountain here. Alright, what are you? Okay, you're that one that's near the base. Which is only showing up because of its proximity to my base. Right. So here's a good test. I believe this is the area I had previously set up around and was doing some digging. And then realized that this was an absolute nightmare to get out of. Where did I originally start building? It wasn't there. Or maybe this isn't that space. Oh, wait, here. Yeah, it was in here, I think. I was digging out. I push very little on this forward stick, and it doesn't really matter at that point. I don't need the lag of trying to switch things back on and off. With the control stick, it actually works out really, really nicely. I think that reset. That might have reset. Yeah, I think that did reset. Because I was filling up down there. Okay, yeah, I think this was the area I was. Oh my goodness, Scully. Yeah, she wants attention. And my fingers. What's up? All of the little lag hitches make me feel like something's loading in. Oh, this will be fun terrain to drive over. So I guess I'll need to rebuild the Rhino. Make a long trek cross country. Fill up with some ice. Activity detected on perimeter. Facility lockdown initiated. Dude, you guys know me. I'm your friggin' neighbor. And we're buzzing the tower. Hello. What are you targeting? It's not targeting, it's just the pirate thingy. Okay. Flew right past the base. See if that drill is done. Alright. Looks like... Cool. So I didn't find any additional... But that was weird. Facilities, so I'll probably have to make a long trek out to that. All to see if I can find some munitions that I can break down for uranium. Right, I gotta go deal with my laundry real quick, so... I will be right back. Huh? No, it doesn't need more power, it's just... the drill is only scraping the tiniest amounts of material, and so it's just enough to kick on the refinery, and the refinery goes, okay, I'm done with this in half a second, and then it gets another little crumb. Alright, I'm back. What I miss? And good. Not good. Not good. It didn't. It didn't reach. Sure good. Okay. So I've now got a basement. Yeah, see, power on the batteries is pretty high. Alright, where's them drills? Scully! Oh my god. This cat. Right, because they are all on subgrids, which is why they're a different color. I knew that. Why does that look lower to me? Okay. Hi. Why are you so loud all the time, cat? Alright. I have had to appease the fuzzy overlord. It wasn't enough appeasing. Never enough appeasing. Sit. 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 Stop biting me. Alright. I need to dig this out as well. This will be the. I always build like a. You know how some mechanic places they have that worker pit to get underneath the vehicle. That's what I always have on my bases, so I can get underneath rovers, do inspections, see if anything got damaged on outings. I also use it as a place to build, and that's why I have the welders down under here as well. Hi. Yeah, the inspection pit. Thank you, Toxic Apple. Okay, let's grab some materials and start building a thing. Some of that, some of that. A lot of that. Do 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 do. Hey. Well, I know where to get some. Bonk. Yeah. If I'm going to do any more drilling like this, I'll do it from a much closer spot than all the way back here. Since I've now exposed a number of points. It shouldn't be too hard to do. Alright. Yeah, it's dark. But I should have everything now. Whoa! That was a weird little motion that made. Okay. How do I want to do this? I know this trencher is going to fill up with its inventory relatively quickly, so it should be a large cargo container. A large cargo. Previous iteration of this thing that I had made, I set up with the event controllers to automatically have to go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. I'm not sure I can easily do that. I suppose I could. Corner up, corner over, straight, straight. Or, see, corner, 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 straight over, yeah. I'm getting ahead of myself anyway. First things first. I need to build a thing. Need some of that stuff. Need a lot of that stuff. Where did it all end up going? Huh. Light. Corner left, corner right, spotlight. Do. 10 girders. What? Okay, floodlight. And we're going to turn up its range. And everything. Because I want to see... I'm not sure that actually helped. Alright. So, how did I make this virus-looking thing? I don't have any materials on me, do I? I do. Alright, so we're going to come out this way first. To... Right. So one problem was dealing with the depth. So if I make a mobile frame, actually I'm doing this wrong, this has to be heavy armor. This has to be heavy armor to keep it stable. I only need 5 wide. And just from an aesthetics point of view, just to make this temporary thing look nicer, I'm going to do this. Motor goes there. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Two, 3, 4, 5. Do. You go there. And there. Okay. I don't necessarily need it to go all the way to the end, since I will be using ramps in and out. That'll hide most of the uncleared material. So I should be okay on that. And of course we're going to be using the new piston, because why not? It looks awesome. Excuse me, jeez. Put that there. What? Why? 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 Why you no likey? Unable to place drill. Why? Why? You are ruining my plans. Let me just unbuild everything I just made. Okay. Okay. I had green for a second. What? Come on. Fine, let's do this stupid thing. Really? Okay. Right. Scully. Where's my conveyor converter? I'm gonna need one of those anyway. And I don't have interior plate. I have a pretty good idea of what's happening here, and it's really stupid. Do I really not have any interior plate? Okay. Frame, tube, sorter, converter. Now I can take the drill, and I can go and laugh in your face. Let's make sure I got this on the right setup here. Yep. So that's the moving assembly. Now to rebuild the frame. Okay. they've changed the collision boxes of a lot of things in this update. They honestly have. I'm also noticing that my rovers are having more difficulty with wheel clearance than they used to have. Which I find very annoying. I'm looking forward to the V-Ray engine for this game, to be honest. Yeah, I was watching that whole live stream. Merrick, more or less, he would not say outright that Space Engineers was gonna have something on V-Rage 3, but everyone was asking questions in relation to compatibility of transferring things to V-Rage 3, and he kept giving that answers as to, we have a converter to go from Space Engineers on V-Rage 2 to V-Rage 3, but wouldn't say that there's going to be, he wouldn't say the actual words, but he kept heavily implying that they had something planned for Space Engineers on V-Rage 3. Right, so it's like guilty by association kind of a thing. He wouldn't say it, but he was heavily implying it. And then I got into a number of arguments with the moderators on the Keen Discord that they were trying to say that I was wrong. I was like, dude, I just watched this. I was tempted to go back and start doing clips from the live stream to just throw it in the face of this one moderator. But then other people that watched the live stream started chiming in and going, no, he's telling the truth. Merrick said these things. So he didn't outright say Space Engineers will be on V-Rage 3, but he heavily implied something would be on V-Rage 3 like Space Engineers, and there would be a way to convert it, which effectively is saying it without saying it. An update to SE or a new SE2. Given the changes, if they are in fact planning a successor of Space Engineers to V-Rage 3, it would definitely have to be a sequel of some sort. That being said, they have not shown any plans for that. And I did hear him say that, but it could be to allow ships to be ported to 2. If there even is a 2. Again, he's not outright said that there would be Space Engineers 2. So we'll see what happens in the upcoming announcement, whatever that entails. This is all wrong. I'm building this completely backwards. Ah. The other thing too is no one has found any evidence of them copywriting or trademarking a name for anything related to a sequel of Space Engineers. That's the other issue too. The only thing I've heard anyone mention is they have copyrighted Roman Engineers, which would make a lot more sense for them focusing so heavily on water mechanics. You know, Rome being a major maritime culture. And so it's possible, and when the whole thing with V-Rage 3 was first announced and everyone making all these speculations initially of, oh, there's going to be a Space Engineers 2 because, they're doing all this stuff with the model assets and whatnot. It's like, they're doing it with those model assets because they have them. That's why the demo was using Space Engineers models, was because they had the models already. They haven't made, and so my counter argument was, they haven't trademarked anything, they haven't made any steps or strides towards indicating a Space Engineers 2 that has not been trademarked in any way or form that anyone's been able to find. Maybe a 2 is in, he was also talking about allowing the player base to access alpha builds like they did with SE. Yeah, there's that. But the other thing too is my counter argument to that was Merrick has stated before that he didn't want to make a sequel, and I understand that, because with a sequel there's a lot of expectations, there's a lot of things that people expect in a sequel, and if they don't have those expectations, they're going to be very disappointed, and you can't ever make everybody happy. That's just impossible. So my counter argument was, we would probably be more likely to see a Space Engineers 2.0 rather than a Space Engineers 2. And the fact that he's saying that they've already made a converter and they haven't made any strides towards trademarking a name for a sequel also kind of leads credence to that. Again, we don't know what's going on in Keen Software House. We don't work there. We don't know what the ultimate plan is. We're all just making speculation based off of what we've seen and what we've heard. Whether it will be a sequel game or a continuation of the game, we won't know until time comes. And we're supposed to be some announcement for this live stream, and the announcement was to announce the announcement that's going to come later in the year. So whether it's a Space Engineers successor or a 2.0 continuation, we'll just have to wait and see. Okay. Let's try this again. Top down. I'm sailing away. Now, I'm not some clickbait YouTuber, And I'm quite often wrong on a lot of things. Um, so I would take everything I say as just one person's interpretation of the events that were witnessed by the community on this, and is probably entirely wrong. But that's just my take on what I saw in that live stream. He kept hinting at a continuation of Space Engineers, not a successor to Space Engineers, um, with how he was answering questions. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with all of this. And Keen would be kind of shooting themselves in the foot, not continuing Space Engineers. I mean, the failure of medieval engineers is kind of proof that people don't necessarily want a different genre, are my views, but nothing is 100% for sure until I see for myself exactly. What I hate are the people who are saying that or implying that their view is correct. That they're taking what they saw on a video and taking 5 steps past that and going, oh, it's going to be this. No, you don't know that. You're basing that off of a demo video showing the capabilities of what they've come up with for their engine, but there's nothing remotely ready to be called a game off of this. But they're 100% sure that it's going to be a new game, a successor to, their favorite game. And that's, it's very biased. But we're human. We do that a lot. Even Keen said nothing is set in stone. Exactly. I mean, hell, there could be some major upheaval, a major escalation in the conflict between the Ukraine and Russia that then causes half their staff to get drafted into some kind of conflict. And they're still exploring the limits of what this new engine may or may not be able to do. That's in my opinion what makes a clickbait YouTuber, is when they take what has been displayed and go way beyond what was shown and make wild speculation. And I think in some ways they kind of hope that by making these wild speculations, they influence the company to meet those expectations. And oftentimes that can backfire. Okay, don't like making the battery a structural component, but it's probably going to be a structural component. Right. Hi, Scully. Hi. How are you? So the wheel's going to be at this height. The ground starts about... That's about right. Okay. I know the clickbait gets wild at times. SE3 confirmed it has nothing to do with what was said. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of sad at times too, because it's like conspiracy level things for a video game. Okay, you're excited. You want to see something that you enjoy get continued and expanded on. Awesome. But why are you going to such extremes and making yourself sound like a crackpot wearing a tinfoil hat. Let me go down one more block, I think. It happens in every community. Like I've been a member of the 3D printing community for many years now. There is a guy, kind of notorious within the community, saying that Joseph Prusa keeps taking his design ideas. And in reality, this guy has mental health issues. And he legitimately believes that his information is being taken against his wishes. Is because he honestly believes that his ideas are being taken. But in reality, you look at the timeline of events, and it doesn't add up. But it's like you also get those people that are just, they are so adamant that their stuff is being taken and being used, that they are trying to influence people without even realizing that they have other issues going on. One of the main problems with clickbait is if when the new game comes out, people are overhyped and then are disappointed with the game and missing features that were never going to be a thing. Yeah, exactly. Going back to the tinfoil hat wearing conspiracies. And unfortunately, every community has those people. What the heck? Why didn't you give me the thing? Oh my god, these lag spikes are driving me insane. I see you up there. Well, I don't see you. You're outside of render distance, but... Oh, and in case you're wondering, I am using the Milky Way 2048 skybox. Because it's pretty. I like that skybox. It's simple, it's clean, it's not, it's a nice, clean skybox. So I keep using that. Do you have the mod Space Just Got Real too? I was running that for a while, but it hasn't been updated in a long time. And it was giving me some other issues. Like it was generating weird voxel overlays of the ground. It was being weird. I'm not sure if it's been updated on Steam more than it has on Mod.io. But I did try it, and I think just because of the lack of updates to the version that is on Mod.io, it was proving unreliable, shall we say. It's just because it looks nice and dark. Yeah. No, I'm not using. I'm not using that. I know that with the update, Keen did do some lighting reworks, if I'm not mistaken. And so that might be some of what you're seeing. Okay. Battery, storage, piston, drill, alignment tabs. I need an event controller. I want 2 event controllers actually. One for reversing once the cargo is hooked up. Actually, I'm going to need 3. I'm going to need 4. Jeez. One for reversing when it hooks up. One for connecting to the connector once it's ready to connect. A timer block. A third one to disconnect. No, I only need 3. 3 and a timer. Yeah. Yeah, three and a timer. And I can just put all those right there at the front, I believe. And could I... Where are you? There it is. One, 2, 3. Action relay timer block. Be right back. Okay. I've got propulsion, I've got my controls, I've got my drill-ins. I need a connector. Ooh, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Connectors are 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm 1 block too high. Damn it. Scully. Scully, stop. Yes, I love you too, kitty, but you drive me nuts. Oh boy. I gotta do something really stupid here. Really stupid. Weird. Why is... I have to lower this frame. Well, I need to put this frame one block closer to that part of the frame. Okay, so how do I do this? Do this. Scully. I really don't want to have to remake this thing for a third time. Oh my god, cat. Scully, you're not making this easy. If I do temporary scaffolding on the opposite side to support. Pretty much. Really? Oh god, I don't even have that many. Okay, so that means I'm gonna need more than 7, I know that. Give me the things. Okay, where are all of my bits? Why does it keep putting... I have to set up sorters on everything. Scully. The assembler keeps pushing everything into the garage docks. Can you use scripts on... Nope, you cannot use scripts on console single player. Correction, you can't use scripts on anything not Steam. Scripts are more or less a Steam exclusive. Every console version of the game, Game Pass version of the game, we are not allowed to use the scripts. Yes, it does very much suck, especially since Keen doesn't have an alternative to that issue. Their answer is, well, you just need to have a dedicated server. So we have to spend an additional expense to come up with a fix for your system? That's not fair. And I've made this argument on the support forum multiple times. Other people have made a similar argument that pops up every few years of an alternative to scripts, and we'll all list off various other programs that have been around for years that have done this very thing of predefined in-game assets that you can put together into an organized list to create whatever. So in my case, there was a game called Little Big Planet, specifically Little Big Planet 2, that came out in 2012. This game very much focused on creativity and literally let you make your own game within the game. And one of the devices in the game was called the logic circuit. You'd put this on top of whatever, and it would let you drag and connect up components within this little pop-up window to make damn near everything. You could make your own game. You could make a mech walk. You could link the processor to other components, sensors, drive systems. Other people had listed programming, learning programs, and just lots of examples of an alternative to scripting that would very easily work for space engineers. And it just gets ignored because there's not enough votes. It's like, well, your answer is we have to spend additional money to set up a server to take care of these things. And then even if we, as console players or anyone not on Steam, go that route, it still doesn't guarantee that we can use a script to its full. There's a lot of things that, because of the callback that has to be done for the client-side checks, it won't allow that to happen. There's a lot of things that just the game won't let us do because Sony and Microsoft, you're accessing their private network with the hardware that you've purchased from them to do these various things. And that's why they're so stringent upon these limitations. lack of scripts is also to do with the host on the game, like Xbox. Um, from what I have read, it's because of what some of the callouts from client side to local can do. There is concern from Microsoft and Sony of potential malicious activities that could take place. Both Sony and Microsoft have had some pretty horrific hacks on their networks over the years. And they just want to be careful about that. They just want to make sure that their systems are not going to get compromised like they have in the past. Scully. Ow. Exactly. In a single-player game, it shouldn't matter. But again, they're overly concerned about some of these things. Was it still connected in some way? Well, I mean, you're still logged in most times to their network when, even in single solo player, I'm still logged into PlayStation Network, even though I'm not paying for the system itself. God damn it. Okay. I'm still linked into their network. Yes. Like a pro. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this is another 5. Crap, I need to turn this. Wait. Okay, now I can try that. Oh no. Yeah, that would not have ended well. What time is it? Oh, I need to go deal with laundry. So while I deal with that, I'm gonna park myself back in here, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Alright, let's finish my little virus here. Alright. What materials do I have on me? Not what I need, of course. I need some of that, but I also need some of that. And I need this guy. Ooh, that's right. The modular is the same height. Ooh. So, I also did the math on this thing. I did the math on one of these things. People were complaining about how the space that takes up doesn't add up to the same space that this does. So if we look at the cargo capacity of one of these, 5,625. Modular is just straight up 10. Easy math, right? Okay. So, if I go to calculator, actually, I'm going to do it on this one. This will be easier. Whoa. Where's my calculator? Alright. So we have a cargo container that is 5 by 5 by 5 for 125 block space. The modular is 7 by 5 by 3, 105. So it's 20 spaces less. So that, what was that number again? 15,625 divided by 125 is exactly 125. That 10,000 divided by 105, 95. So yes, the modular is definitely not as dense in its capabilities. A medium. What about a medium? $3,375. So, how does this math add up on that? Okay. So the medium is 3 times 3 times 3, 27. So, what did I say it was? 3,375 divided by, crap, 3 27. 3,375 divided by 27. 125. Yeah, so the math definitely doesn't add up. So the medium and the large each hold 125 liters per block space. The modular only holds 95. Which I think Keen would say, well, because of these angles, that's why you don't have as much cargo capacity, but the large also has angles. And the angles, it has more angles. I think they just went with easy math. Okay, and then come on, where is it? There it is. Do. Whee! As I plummet to my doom. All components were successfully withdrawn. But were they actually? Oh boy. Here we go. Oh, I'm an idiot. I could have put a side... No, the spacing is the issue. The spacing was the issue and why I am having to do this weird funkiness. Oh, wait. No, damn. Okay. Okay, here we go. This... Okay, it's getting some stuff already. Oh boy. Alright, it's down. Awesome. Beautiful drop. Okay. Now, two of you. Okay. Velocity. Let's just turn you all off for now. We're gonna do 2 RPM. But two of you have to be reversed. Okay. Trencher, this is the trencher. Alright, so upon your activation, you will lock. I believe I'm going to want your time longer. Now, the first event controller. You are going to be, watching cargo capacity at Brooks and Gate. And your job, once this is filled up, your job will be to reverse that, turn this off, turn this on. Nope. Turn that on. Whoa, what the? What the heck? Okay. Turn this on. The second one is going to look for when connector ready to lock. And it will trigger this. The third one is going to look for the cargo to be empty. Hey. Once it's empty, it's going to turn that off. Reverse this. And turn that on. And turn on the drill. Eventually, I will have to come up with some way of automatically changing the distance on that. Oh, I should also, upon no, this should be done with a timer. Where's the timer? You also need to take the battery recharge. You need to take the battery and enable auto. The connector will override power transfer. Yeah. It's like some horrible TP. Or, totem, excuse me. Oh, I guess I will actually need some of that. Alright, where's my pipe? Where's the logistics? I want this to start with. You go that way. And then I need... Ooh, yeah, I should add a sorter here. Just to pull everything out quicker. Pipe. Pipe. Corner. Corner. Straight pipe. Connector. Haha! What a glorious mess I've made. Can I select the thingy? Donk, donk. Donk, donk, and build planner full? Nope. Sweet. Okay. Alright, let's see here. If I can get in here and get that. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, I'm gonna have to, dig it out. Hey, can I has? Ugh. Yeah, I could have sworn a lot of this stuff was already pre-done. Brum, 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 brum. No, it doesn't matter what order I weld it in. There's no point in having... Or I could just go right here. I have access points. Haha. If that was the only access point, yes. I agree. But given you didn't know that I had a access point right behind me, it's not necessary. Yeah. Okay, you are just gonna drive me nuts. Okay, well, drain all. That's what I want. God, why is my throat drying out so bad? I don't even know if the drive system is going the right way or not. I should put external buttons on this thing as a just in case. All components, huh? But were they? Let's see. It's blinking. Okay, it's locked. Cross these sensors to reverse. It's gonna be. I was considering that, but unfortunately, because of how the sensors are set up, it's really tricky to set up a sensor to properly monitor equal or greater than. No, it should be equal or less than. Uh, 1%. It didn't unlock it. But the wheels are operating in the proper direction. So that is good. That is very good. But why no unhooky? Did I not tell that to... I might have forgotten to do that. Oops. Okay. I suppose it would help to have it actually unhook. Oh. I need to have it turn off, not just unhook, but it has to turn off. Because otherwise the magnetism is going to keep it. Select actions. Connector. Toggle block off. U. Select actions. Toggle block on. Or I could just do that. Yeah, I can adjust that, but I already did this. So. How full? Oh. Wow. It's not even gonna fill up in one pass. Hey! It looks like I actually only need to make the one pass. This has become an experiment in overkill. There's no kill like overkill. Might want to blueprint it so it's easier to build next time. Yeah, except there's a... Yeah, look at the subgrid's just the drill itself. Oh, this is... Yeah, that's gonna be too big. That won't fit in. That won't fit through here for anything. Wait, what does that say? Security systems activated, storage depot, yeah. Wait, what was it just sparking over? You could make it smaller by removing the cargo and set the connector to drain. But I don't want to make it smaller because it'll automatically dock. That's exactly why I made it this high. It's exactly the height needed to get to there to automatically connect up. Under the other part of the base. Or I could just remove the connector and the top cargo and make a side dock. Or a frontal dock. You know, rotate this and have it dock like off the back or something. No, not the drill. I want the Bastion. One. Reverse. Let's reverse that again, so it gets all the way to the end. Not that I need it to actually be this deep. Yeah, the last time I built this thing, I was digging much deeper trenches. I forgot I don't actually need this trench to be that deep. Let's see how full this thing is gonna get. Oh yeah, it's not even gonna get a third full, just from this one pass. I'm kind of sad. I'm not even gonna get to use all of the features that I've built into this thing. Because I'm dumb, Scully. Ah, let me stretch my legs out, cat. Okay, now lay down. There. Sit. There, you happy now? Now, in some cases, this is, yeah, it's still not gonna be all that much material. It's also, too, because a lot of this is dirt, so it's low density materials. So since this won't even be turning on its own, I'll go ahead and turn it on myself. It might get to 10,000. So that's 7. You know what I could have done, had I realized how little this was going to fill up. Piston to converter to the modular vertically to the connector. That's another thing I could have done too. Oh, you know what, that controller is also not, alright. Oh yeah. Turning off the magnetism would have been the best option. Okay. Wait, what? Wow, that just inhaled everything. Reverse U, connector, Scully. Yeah, okay. Sit down. Sit down, kitty. Alright. Lower mag on both. You only really need to do it on the one. Besides, this thing is probably going to be torn apart in a few minutes here. Reuse the battery for the next build. Nice, clean trench. And a kitty knocking my hand against my controller so that I'd run headlong into a spinning drill. Uh, 6,500 liters. God, why are drills so loud? The volume. I feel them while they, yeah, I'd have to look. And then I'd also have to reload the game, or the world anyway. So it's not that big of a deal at the moment. Now, while that's going, I'm going to take the gopher here. And we're gonna see if I can do anything about this stuff poking up. Alright, where's my suspension? Hello. What? Where am I? How's that? Oh, I'm getting something. Who just pinged me? Man, hey. Dude, okay. Oh, someone is... Sneaky Sounds Quieter Tools is the one I use, but it's on Steam. I think I've seen that on Mod.io, but I don't do a whole lot of stuff with the drills typically, so I'm not overly fussed. Slowly getting some of that out of there. you have run out of space. Okay, connector on. Which one are you? Cargo field. I'm gonna turn that off just so it goes back on its own. Turn that on. And reverse you. But you do a polish. Low rider. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'll get copyright strikes. Which is crap, because technically that's protected under parody law. Which does not appear to be a thing that YouTube and Twitch adhere to, which is crap. Oh, did I get it? Yeah, I think I got it all. Awesome. I'm still picking something up. How? The drill must have missed a lot of materials. Oh, you okay? She's like sneaking her way further and further onto my lap, trying to be all like low-key sneaky about. Oh no, see, there's something on my head, and I'm just shifting because of that. Oh look, I'm now closer up on your lap, and I'm taking up the space where your hands go, so you have to pet me. I'm here now, so you should just give me all your attention. No, don't bite me. Okay, it's not picking up anything here. There's something there. I would also like... Oop. In some of these, there is some garbage at the access ports. Are you still picking up? No. Okay, I'm getting some more here. Be grateful it's your cat doing that. My 35 don't try just sneaking on my lap. Well, she's not that small of a cat either. She's... What are you? 14 pounds? And when we had two cats, they'd both try and get onto my lap at the same time. Oh yes, there's still this down here to deal with. Wait, did I just walk into... I am in the piston. Huh. Click. I heard a click. Yep. You can turn off. Okay. And you can turn off. Now I have Lowrider stuck in my head. I feel like I have to make a rover that's just nothing but a row of drills that just very, very slowly crawls across the surface of my base, skimming down all of the material. You know, I never actually heard that song. I've actually heard more of the original version made by some random guy. That he heard it as a much older song that he thought was so old that no one could copyright it. There's actually a big dispute going on with Samsung and this guy because someone had asked this guy permission to use elements of his version of the song in something that they were doing, and he gave them permission, and then the company that owns the rights to the more popular and more well-known version of it came in and said, oh no, you can't use that song, that's our song. And so he's fighting them in court over the fact that his version is older than theirs, and his version is based off of a much older version of the song. Because they're basically saying that his version of the song that predates theirs, they have the right to tell other people that they can't use his version of the song. And so it's this whole big legal, battle. Come on. Are we done? There we go. It's an interesting story to read up on, the whole dispute about the Baby Shark song and who actually has the rights to it. And he's even going after, I think it's Samsung, whatever their music division is, because in the video that they made, they used elements from his music video without his permission. So he's not only going after them for telling people that he's given permission for his version of the song to be able to use his version of the song. He's also going after them for using elements of his artwork without his permission. And this popped up about 5 or 6 years ago, and I just never followed up on it. But I need to look into that and see if that was ever resolved. Those like legal disputes of things are just so ridiculous sometimes. Okay, Scully. Over there, please. No, sit down. The problem with the copyright is that people with more money can, a lot of the time, win by dragging it out, even if they earn the wrong. Yep. Because our legal system is so broken. And I'm just going to leave it at that because I don't want to get this into a political debate or certain Supreme Court justices that contradict their own findings over a certain individual's actions. Okay. 10:30. Ah, right. That's what you're digging out. That bit. Part of me kind of wants to leave the walls as rock. And then other parts of me wants to wall it up. I'm drifting. It would be nice if rock was airtight. Yeah. Excuse me. Okay. Am I lined up on this fairly? 1, 2. Dang it. What the hell? I don't understand why this is so difficult to line up. Keep rock walls to be airtight. Yeah. Oh, I know there's ways to do it. Okay. Alright. Well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it for today. Let's see. Who's on? Yeah, I'll just go with the... Enjoy the rest of your day. Right. I'll have a... until next time, have a good one, everybody. We're gonna go ahead and raid Zelda. So, until next time, everybody, have a good one.